It's unboxing time again. Hello, welcome back to my world of stuff. My name is Paul Mount. It's time for another little unboxing session. Don't worry, this channel's not going to devolve just into endless unboxings, but when things arrive which I think are of interest to you guys, I'm going to unbox them for you. And I have had today in the post, you'll see the Hammer label emblazoned across this particular box. You may well know what that is. And I've also had the two packages I was waiting for over the weekend before I did my last unboxing video. So I will do a little reveal of those a bit later on. But what I want to show you today is the latest release from Hammer's glorious 4K box set collection. You will recall, I'm sure, the Quatermass experiment set, which came out last month, which I finally got my hands on. I had all sorts of issues with this, as I think I've mentioned. I ordered it from Hammer a couple of weeks before release. There was no sign of it arriving. I got a bit exasperated. Hammer weren't very communicative in explaining why it wasn't being released. So I cancelled it and ordered it from Amazon. When I got it from Amazon, the 4K disc for the film wouldn't play properly. So I had to send it back to Amazon. They sent me a replacement. And in the meantime, I heard that some people were getting their copies of this one a little bit early. So I thought, what the hell, I'm going to order it. And it has come a bit early. I think it's due out next week. Let's open this bad boy and find out exactly what it is. So here it is. I have opened it, ready to get out of the box. And the Hammer on there will, of course, tell you what this is. I think I explained it anyway. This is Quatermass 2, the second of Hammer's classic adaptations of the 1950s BBC serials in, well, pretty much identical packaging to the Quatermass experiment that came out last month. I will just take off the cellophane. The layout and packaging is going to be much the same as it was for the first film. You'll recall the beautiful booklet, the poster, the art cards and so on. Just get the TARDIS out of the way. So it is the same sort of format, but obviously different stuff to reflect a different film. So there's the set. Again, it's got that beautiful feel to it. Lovely sort of embossed lettering for Hammer and Quatermass 2, and on the side these are going to look really nice on the shelf together. The little J slip there, and it comes out of the box. Lovely piece of art by Graham Humphreys. I should have credited him last time on the first box set. Enemy from Space, as it was known in America. This came out in 1950, I'm thinking 1957, 58. I will confirm that in a moment. But yeah, it's a lovely set, as you can see, beautifully put together, really colourful. This second Quatermass story is much more an invasion of Earth story. It reminds me of a Doctor Who story, in fact. Something like Spearhead from Space, John Pertwee's first serial about alien infiltration and aliens being created and bred in this factory unit, or this huge factory complex. There we are, opens up, and again, really nice sturdy box. Then your cheap bendy tat. I'll put that back in there for now. So there we are, there we have it. So we look at the set itself first. Really nice image there of Quatermass. Brian Dunleavy returning to play the role, despite the fact that Nigel Kneale, who created Quatermass, wasn't really very keen on the casting, didn't think it was the right sort of casting. And this is what I mean about the factory unit sort of thing. It's this great globes and, you know, factory workings that hides this sinister alien secret. And this opens up very nicely into this lovely R5 disc set, which again has the first film on 4K at the front. We can see all the extra stuff on here. There's part 2 of The Legend of Nigel Kneale, Tobe Haydock's excellent look at the life and times of Nigel Kneale. Quatermass and the Hammer experience, various interviews. I've actually been catching up on all the stuff on the first set that I wasn't sure was there originally, but there's nice stuff on all the discs. This is The Enemy from Space, the American version. This has additional features here: question of character, Quatermass crew, man of action, various trailers and so on. And we also get the Blu-ray version of the film, which again has more features. In fact, this repeats the features. I've mastered it now. You get the 4K version, the Blu-ray version then has the same special features as the 4K version. Then you get the Blu-ray version of Enemy from Space, which has, again, some of the features repeated. And then we get the BBC version of Quatermass 2. This exists in full, and this is here on Blu-ray on the final disc. I've got these already on a BBC Blu-ray box set, which contains all the Quatermass episodes that exist. But it's nice to have it included on this set as well. So this is another very nice box set that's going to be fun to explore. In terms of all the other stuff then, it's much the same as we had on the last one, but obviously for this particular film we get a very nice poster, French poster, La Marque, and the British poster. That's lovely. That would look very nice on my cinema room wall, I think. Quatermass 2. It's really quite a lurid cover, but wow, who wouldn't want to watch a film with a poster like that? Look at that. That's a very beautiful thing. So I shall fold that back up for now. And then we have all the other bits and pieces that we had last time. We've got art cards, as they're often called, but very often they're photographic images. But this does seem to have some art content. Here we are. Enemy from Space poster. American Enemy from Space photographs. These again are in the style of lobby cards that cinemas used to have all those years ago. Nice selection of stills, all Enemy from Space, with Quatermass 2, original US lobby card, facsimile card 4 of 8. That's a nice one. Quatermass being manhandled. Yep, nice selection of photographs, and I do particularly like that Enemy from Space poster. So that's the art cards. We then have again the original science fiction horror classic as a graphic novel, similar to the one which we had in the first set, which I read a couple of weeks ago. Really nice, very nicely drawn and adaptation, which first appeared in the Halls of Horror magazine in 1978. Really nicely put together, nice little comic strip version of the story. And we've also got, look at this, big chunky booklet, volume 2, the Quatermass papers, and it's got, as usual, articles and features, and you know, it's completely thorough. I am thoroughly Quatermassed at the moment because I'm reading Toby Hadoke's book about the making of the original TV serial, so I feel as if I am drowning in Quatermass at the moment, but there are worse things to drown in. It's got photographs of other Nigel Kneale things and things that influence Quatermass and so on. Brilliant, really lovely. It's got the script at the end as well. So as comprehensive as you could possibly desire. So there it is in all its gorgeous glory, Quatermass 2, which is out I think next week, but if you order it from now, it seems to be shipping a bit early. Very pleased with that, and I'll be digging into that in the next few days. Quatermass 2. So what else did I get? What were the things you were waiting for, Paul? I hear you cry. Well, let's get them open, shall we? 2 packages. These, as I mentioned in my unboxing video, ordered from Rare Waves. I ordered these last week and they finally arrived today. I remember what one of them is. I can't remember what the other one is now, but I will remember it as soon as I see it, I'm sure. So let's rip this bad boy open and see what we have here. Right, this is a great film. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but if you haven't, track it down if you can. This is called Starve Acre. If you like folk horror British films, and I will give as a suggestion of that The Wicker Man. It's not like The Wicker Man, really, but it's very much based around the sort of countryside myths and the old days and stuff like that. This is really good. It stars Morfydd Clark and Matt Smith, former Doctor Who, and it's a very intriguing story set in 1970s rural England. Richard and Juliet's seemingly idyllic family life is thrown into turmoil when their son starts acting out of character. At Starve Acre, their remote family home, archaeologist Richard buries himself in exploring a folkloric myth that the ancient oak tree on their land is imbued with phenomenal powers. It's a very good film, very powerful, very atmospheric. It's not a laugh a minute, so don't expect any humour in it, but it is really nicely done. It's a great performance. In fact, two great performances. And this came out, went under the radar a bit last year, but it's well worth picking up, especially if you like that sort of creepy countryside vibe of mysterious things and all myths and stories and so on. Great film. This one is, as I recall, yes, it was this. This is Anaconda. This came out back in 1997, apparently. This was the first film I became aware of. J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez, stars alongside John Voight, Ice Cube and Eric Stoltz. This is a big crazy monster film. Documentary film crew headed by anthropologist Steve Kneale and director Terry Lopez travel down the Amazon River in search of a mysterious Indian tribe. On their journey, they save a man, played by John Voight, from a sinking boat. He offers to help in their search for the tribe, but he's actually a snake hunter looking for the legendary Anaconda snake. When an accident leaves Kneale unconscious, Cerrone takes charge of the boat, leaving the rest of the crew in grave danger. This is good fun. There have been numerous cheap, low-budget sequels, but this is a fun monster film, which I haven't seen in years, and it's got some decent special features. Audio commentary, blockbuster with Bite, The Legacy of Anaconda, interview with Kim Newman, slithery story, remembering the effects of Anaconda, an interview with the SFX supervisor, franchise with fangs, remembering the movies. So there's lots of bits and pieces on here which make this one that's well worth having on the shelf. Anaconda. So there we are. That's what I've been waiting for all this time. For the last week or so since I ordered them. They finally turned up today, so I managed to tag them onto the end of the Quatermass unboxing. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't worry, it's not all going to be unboxings. There's more feature stuff to come. There's a couple of big-ish TV things to come in the next, hopefully, week to 10 days. One is, I've referenced this already, an old 1980s TV series I'm currently working my way through. And one is a classic British TV series from the 1980s. All that's to come in the next week or so. So please stick around, like and subscribe. I'll see you soon. Until I do, keep taking the stuff.